If you're new and just started to get into cooking, rice to me is one of the first things I would recommend someone to learn. It's simple to do and it's so versatile in complementing many dishes, acting as a basic foundation food for your meal. I have 2 ways to make it that I want to share with you, so let's get to it. Today, we are going to make white rice. This is the first part of a 3-part mini-series to make a simple meal with rice, vegetables, and a protein. So the first method we're going to use is with a rice cooker. I'm going to be using long grain jasmine rice, my preferred rice to use. We're going to take 3 cups of rice and put it in the rice cooker pot. We're going to rinse the rice a couple times with cold water. The reason why I do this is to remove excess starch, which helps make the rice fluffier. I also find it helps prevent the rice from getting too sticky or mushy, which is not what I'm looking for. I like to be able to see the individual grains of rice. So as you can see, as I wash the rice, the starch is coming out and it's giving the water that milky-like appearance. After a few swishes, we drain out the water using the strainer to help us out with any rice grains that come out. We then repeat the process 3 more times. The number of times you rinse the water is really up to you, but in general, you're looking for the water to be fairly clear where you can see the rice through the water. So in my experience, this takes about 3 to 5 rinses. So back in my younger days when I was a kid, this was one of the things I did to help around the house to prepare for dinner. I remember coming home after school, my parents were commuting home from work, and my mom calls and tells me to help make the rice. This allowed my grandma to focus on other dishes and just make things a little easier for her. So for anyone with little ones, or perhaps your partner who needs to contribute to the household, this is something simple that they can help with that could go a long way in getting your meal ready on time. So help your family out. And for my kids watching this, I hope you will be ready in a few years. Once we're finished rinsing the rice, we're going to fill the pot with cold water up to the level indicated in the rice pot relative to the number of cups of rice we used. We have 3 cups of rice here, so let's fill it up to the number 3. Now we're going to wipe down the outside of the pot, making sure it's dry, place it in the rice cooker, and set it to cook. And you're basically done. Just wait until it switches to keep warm, which takes approximately 20 to 30 minutes. Wait about 10 minutes after that for the residual steam and heat to evenly cook the rice, which will help make the rice consistent and fluffy. Open the rice cooker and fluff it with a utensil. If your rice cooker is a non-stick pot, avoid scraping the bottom with metal or use wooden chopsticks. And that's it, ready to eat. Set and forget it. So simple, right? But wait, what if you don't have a rice cooker? Is that possible? Well, if you were ignorant like I was in my younger days who thought a rice cooker was required to make rice, well, let me enlighten you with the other way, using a regular pot. But before that, I want to share with you a handy tip. If you're dealing with a rice bag like this, with all these strings, here's a very simple way to open it. If this does not apply to you, you can move on to the next chapter. So what you want to do here is to have the single line stitches facing you. The other side of the bag will look knotted or looped together. With the single line stitches facing you, on the right hand side of the bag, for each line, untie the knot so that it becomes 2 loose strings. You can use scissors to cut part of the line string. It's not required, but it can help speed up the process. Once the strings are untied, just pull the strings and feel the immense joy of the ease of removing such strings. Repeat the same process with the other line stitch to experience that same euphoria again. And there you go. Hope that saves you precious time and frustration. So if that saved you time, or you're just enjoying the video so far, a quick reminder that here's all the things you can click on to connect with me and help support the channel, especially the notification bell. It makes a big difference in helping the channel grow, so your support is greatly appreciated. Alright, let's show you the second method using a regular pot. You can achieve the exact same results as a rice cooker, but I will say that this will require more attention by you to make sure the rice doesn't get overcooked or burnt. So for this example, I'm going to use a stainless steel pot and 2 cups of rice. We're going to rinse the rice in the same manner as the first method. Rinse the rice 3 to 5 times with cold water until the water runs a little clear, and then we'll fill the pot with cold water. Here is where things can get a little subjective with the rice to water ratio. There are variables such as the volume of dry rice, the type of grain, whether it's a short, medium, or long grain, harvest date, even the rice brand that can affect those ratios. As a starting point, I will go with a ratio of 1 cup of rice to 1.2 cups of water and then go from there. It will probably take a few attempts of experimentation to determine what works best for you in your situation. For me, with 2 cups of rice, I put slightly under 2.5 cups of water into the pot. As you fill the pot with water, make sure the rice is level and bring the water to a boil. Once it starts to boil, set it low to simmer, cover the pot, and wait for 18 minutes. It is very important here that you do not open the lid, as we need the steam generated to help cook the rice. I've also seen some videos and recipes that mention adding salt to season the rice, and to be honest, I have never done that myself, but some people swear by it. Apparently, this is a huge point of contention amongst many cooks, so if you really want to open that can of worms, you can do so in the comments below. 18 minutes have passed, so we'll turn off the heat, but do not do anything else. We need to let the rice rest for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, move it away from the heating element, open the lid, fluff the rice with a fork or chopstick to help redistribute the steam, and then let it rest again for another 5 to 10 minutes. After that, you're finally ready to go. And there you have it, fluffy white rice, ready to be complemented with whatever dish you plan to make next, or just have it on its own. I hope you enjoyed this video going through the different methods of cooking rice. Try it out and let me know in the comments how it turned out for you. Did you need more water? Do you like to add additional seasoning when making rice? I'm curious to know. Appreciate if you give this video a thumbs up, and if you like the content, hit the subscribe button and the bell for notifications to learn about new videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.